All right. Little bit of boo. I don't know. I I had another day. I don't feel like going to the gym today, so I won't. In my defense, I had a weird busy day yesterday with the whole Young Gravy concert. My entire afternoon was consumed by that, and I didn't do anything else. So, yeah, I just want to go home today and chill. And chill. I finally bought a spare tire for my car. I've needed one for a while. I'm gonna buy brand new tires for it too. But I'm gonna buy spare tires for my car, and then I'm going to see, hopefully, if it fits in my trunk. There's not a lot of room in my trunk. I do have a subwoofer back there, and that consumes a lot of the room. But I also think that there is specifically a pocket for my spare tire back there. So I'll see if I can't get the thing back there. Hopefully I can, and all is well. And if my car is rear wheel drive, which I'm fairly certain it is, that will help it in the winter as well, as there'll be more weight in the back to keep it steady. And so that feels pretty good. Hopefully I can get all that sorted. And then I've got a bunch of money wrapped up in car stuff this month, and so after it's all said and done, I'll be looking pretty skimpy for the remainder of this month, and it's kind of sad to see how quickly it all goes away, honestly. Dang, this line is backed all the way up. But that's just a part of it. I mean, I made it 2 weeks in before I spent it all, so there's that. I wonder, when I was doing my math, did I account for the extra minute of compression, man? Because I was doing 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Yeah, that's what I was doing the two math for. And then whatever the heck all this work on my car ends up costing me. And it's a necessary evil. I'm not mad or upset. I'm actually kind of happy that I am in a position where I can do preventative maintenance on my car, so that I don't have to get it after the fact. And so hopefully I can just do what needs to be done, and we have a good time getting where we need to be. These after work videos are really starting to suffer. Let me just yawn at you for 2.5 hours. That's a good productive use of my time. Golly, this is terrible. Wow. I have nothing to talk about. My mind is knee deep in work. And it's like, at this point, is making these videos even worth it? If I'm spending the entire time just staring at the camera and not even saying anything, like, is it worth the hassle that I'm going through making these to do all of this, and I don't. The answer right now is no, because again, I've already said that I'm confident that the quality of these videos are not up to snuff. They are not where I want them to be, and so when you consider the definite lack of quality, I'm now stuck with an interesting conundrum. The quality is lacking, but the everything else is not lacking. So and maybe that's a reflection of why I only get to 4 views per video, because I'm sitting here in my car like a dope, just not saying or doing much of anything. It's really quite unfortunate. I don't know what else there is to do or to say or to do. I'm just really hoping that we can all do something good. God. Oh, what am I even saying? Oh, this is so bad. My mind is French fry right now. It's just because I've been thinking about work all day, and I can't think about what else I want to do. I'm just plumb burnt up, burn out, all the things, and I just don't want to anymore. I need to stay ahead of these videos. I need to pump out 14 extra videos, crappy or not crappy, filler or not filler, fact or fiction. I need 14 of them so that I can be done with this by the end of the month. And then my aspirations, my goals, my ambitions will be to never do another after work talk again. My mind is just nowhere other than work, which is like I really shouldn't be talking to you guys all about work, so I don't, and I'm a good boy and I don't do that, but that's all that's on my mind right now. I just got done doing that task for 8 hours. Like, one cannot simply just turn it off like a switch and be like, okay, we're done talking about work now. It doesn't work like that. Work doesn't work like that. And it's unfortunate, but it is also the way in which we are. And so we'll see what happens. We'll see what the world has in store for us. And hopefully what the world has in store for us is something good, something that we can get behind, and something that we can appreciate. And that's really all I've got. That's really all I can say. I don't know that there is much else to be said or anything else to be done. I just need to move on with things and hope that they are okay. And as I approach the highway, sometimes I've gotten inspiration now about something to talk about. This idea of friending and or unfriending people on Facebook. I have a buddy who has an egregious amount of friends on Facebook, an insane amount of friends, and he has this thing against removing people, and he says that it's petty to remove people from your Facebook. And it's interesting to me only because I don't understand how that is petty, but I have heard from other people this similar mentality, and I'm just like, okay, wait a minute here. So, it is petty for me to remove someone. Like, his specific situation is he had a supervisor in an old job that he really did not get along with, and they had a bad falling out, and he wound up more or less getting fired. And he still has this supervisor on his friends list on Facebook, and he reached out to him at one point in time, and he was like all grumpy because this guy reached out to him, and he's like, I don't know why you're even talking to me anymore. And I was like, well, okay, if you're gonna be like that, then why do you even have him on your friends list anymore? Like, why is he still on your friends list if you're that mad at the guy? And we're apparently just starting a race car facility up in here. Like, congratulations. Now we're all going 80. And then we're gonna hit the traffic in front of us, and we'll just be cruising along at normal speeds then. So, at any rate, people are acting a fool on the highway right now. But yeah, he's like, I don't remove people from my friends list on Facebook. I'm not petty like that. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but if someone isn't at least on good terms with me, then I'm not going to let them in on my social media life. The problem is people, and maybe I am viewing it in a different way, but I think the other problem is because we are calling them friends, I have to view the people on my friends list in some sort of positive light. If I have any ill will towards you, then I'm not going to have you on my Facebook as a friend. I don't want you in my life at all. I'm fortunate that there's very few people I feel that way about, but he's got quite a few of them. And he's like, I'm not petty, I don't remove people. I was like, I don't know if that's being petty. Like, if you don't have any positive feelings towards this individual, then why are they on your Facebook? Why do you want them in your life? And I think they do that because they feed off of the attention that they get, whether it be unintentional or intentional. Like, and he is very much so a feeder. He expresses himself on Facebook in ways that, in my opinion, are just ways to get attention and not because they really need to express themselves in that way. And then, of course, they get the attention because they have this obscene amount of people following them on Facebook. And it's just like, oh my gosh, all these people feel so bad. And misery loves company. And I've said this about social media in general, social media puts too much pressure on the individuals to, like, people overestimate the power of their, they overestimate the power of their opinions. And that's why we are where we are in society today, because our opinions continue to be overestimated. If you upset someone's opinion or you don't agree with their opinion, then all of a sudden we're going to war over it. And it's like, your opinion is your opinion. And the only people with whom your opinion should matter are people who care if they offend you. Because the fact of the matter is, a great deal of the people in this world, I do not care if I offend them. I'm going to feel the way that I'm feeling, I'm going to do the things that I do, and I'm going to continue to feel and do those things until I don't want to anymore. And so to think that I am offending these people is just silly. And even if I did offend you, I don't care. I don't care about your opinion. I don't care if you like me, because I don't know who you are. And if you're just going to immediately dislike me because of something I said, then c'est la vie. And that, I think, is an important mentality to have these days, because people overestimate the power of their own opinions. They overestimate the importance that their opinions hold, and they overestimate a great deal of things in this world. And so it's interesting to me to be observing these things, and to be wrapped up in these things, and to be like, oh, you're doing this because your opinion is X, Y, and Z, but it's kind of garbage. And you're just sitting here trying to milk people for attention on Facebook. And that's just kind of garbage. And it's too bad that this is the norm. But this is the kind of culture that social media has. What am I looking for? This kind of culture that social media has enforced. This idea that, like, even though we're not friends, I still want you to know everything that's going on in my life, because when I want you to feel sorry for me, you're going to feel sorry for me. And when I want you to celebrate my wins, I want you to celebrate my wins. And it's very interesting to me, because I don't support that. The only people I want in my corner, in the good times or the bad times, are the people I trust in that corner. And it means a lot more. It means a lot more to be in the exclusive club of 600 people rather than the inclusive club of 4,000 people. And I don't know. Am I thinking about social media in the wrong way? And I know that there is no factually wrong or right way to view social media. There's probably healthy and unhealthy ways to view social media. Whether or not my way is healthy or unhealthy, it's healthy for me. And that one would like to think that things being healthy and unhealthy can be universal. Like, I don't know that greasy, fatty foods are going to be healthy to anybody in the world. Like, I don't know that there's anybody who has a special digestive system, or their body's just like, yeah, greasy fried foods. Obviously, mental health and physical health are two entirely different things. Mental health is a lot less black and white than physical health is, but I also feel like mental health is more black and white than most people give it credit for. And I feel like you can say that in general it's unhealthy to experience X, Y, and Z all the time. If you're someone who's constantly experiencing negative reinforcement, people are constantly pointing out the bad things that you do, I don't care who you are, like, that is not going to be mentally healthy for you. I would say the same with excessive positive reinforcement as well, because the positive reinforcement does not hold any weight if it's all you ever hear. Yin and yang is a very important thing, and if you don't have balance, then you've got nothing. And let's see it's like, you've got to be careful not to beat people up and to give them unnecessary negative commentary. But you also want to be careful not to build them up too much to where they become numb to your positive reinforcement, or worse yet, come to expect it. Like, I'm not going to tell you, oh, you're doing great every time I turn around, because then every time I turn around, you're going to expect me to say, oh, you're doing great. And that's just not reality, nor something that I want to maintain. When you do something that's exceptional, that's great, that's awesome, I'll let you know. And when you do something that is mediocre, less than great, not so awesome, I'll let you know that too. And that's just the reality we live in. We have to be able to understand that reality and operate within it. And if we can't, then we'll need to move on to something else, I guess. I don't know how else to put that, but it's an interesting little tidbit today about social media and how social media relationships should be managed. It's interesting how a lot of the concepts that I have in these silly little in-car drives, I feel like I could make a more sophisticated video on if I took the time to make up an essay about it and actually sit down and record a video about it. Maybe someday, if I ever were actually popular on the internet, I would spend the kind of time necessary to do that. But I'm not popular enough and I don't care enough about the topic to sit down and make a whole video about it. So this will have to suffice. It's almost like these car videos will be like the many thoughts of videos that I could make, but will probably never get around to making, just because between time and interest and all of those things, I just won't. But I would like to explore this idea and these factoids, and I don't know how to where am I trying to go with this? I don't know how to do what I'm trying to do. And that's all I can really say about that. Stuck in traffic. That's been the name of this stinking day. All day stuck in traffic. There was a white pickup truck that was speeding through the highways trying to get ahead of me. I wonder if it's this one that's just one car ahead of me now. I wish he would turn so I could see the grill. He had a very distinctive grill. I don't think that's them because they don't look as new as the pickup that was speeding down the highway, but it could be them. But at any rate, trucks are trucks. Trucks are trucks. And they think that they own the world. Or the road, not the world. I won't go that deep with it. But at any rate, keeping my eye out on this here. They're doing an awful lot of work. I can't imagine that they're gonna sell it, because they're tearing the land up, and then they're gonna have the land graded and all of these things. So I don't believe that it'll go for sale, which is a shame. It's a darn shame, but that's all right. Anyway, thank you all for stopping by on this adventure, and I'll catch you on the next one.